What's up, guys? Good morning. So it's finally not raining out, which is nice. And I just thought, since I've been doing this here for a few months or a couple months now, I would pull everything out and kind of give a rundown on what my gear is, because things have changed and I've added some things and got rid of a bunch of things. And like the trailer that I was pulling, that thing was just not worth the trouble. It was too much weight, for such a small motor. Maybe if you had like a big 79cc motor, then maybe it'd be worth pulling. But with this one, it's just not worth it. It's not. It doesn't have enough power, and it drags too much. It's just too much resistance. If you're going, maybe if you were only going a couple miles, if you were just staying close by. But I'm going way too far to be pulling that much weight. So I'm really finding that less is more. The less stuff, seriously, the less weight you have, the better off you are. Just the bare minimum, I'm going to pull everything out and I'll show you what I got. Alright, so I basically divided it up. Everything from here over is stuff that I only carry because of the motor. Like here's the bike, and it's got a motor on it, but then I carry a spare motor with a spare cylinder, spare intake, but everything from here over is stuff that I carry, that I would carry either way, whether I had the motor or not. And like, it's just a sleeping bag, a blanket, a tarp, and then my tent. This battery bank makes a huge difference. That thing really helps, because sometimes you don't want to like leave your phone unattended. If you want to charge your phone, but you don't want to sit there and wait for 2 hours right next to the outlet. Sometimes you just want to plug something in and then go do something else. That battery bank is perfect for that, because you can plug it in behind a church or out in front of a Lowe's or on the side of a Home Depot or something, or at Walmart. You can plug it in and then you can just walk away and go back to whatever you're doing for a couple hours and then come back, and the battery will have, plus that thing takes a charge, like you can get twice as much power into that battery than you can into your phone. You get twice as much power in half the time, or the same amount of power in half the time. But anyways, so yeah, that thing makes a big difference. Like if I charge that thing for an hour, because it charges on a 2 amp, it charges on the 2 amp thing right here, where my phone charges best on the 1 amp. So, but anyways, if I charged my phone for 2 hours, I'd get the same amount of power as if I charged that thing for an hour and then just plug my phone into that thing. So you get more power faster. Anyways, but yeah, and then I just got some underwear, a couple pairs of socks, a sweatshirt, a pair of pants, and a t-shirt, a couple of bike locks. Sometimes you want to chain your bike to a tree. Sometimes I like to lock up, if I'm like out in front of a store and there's no pole or there's no handrail or nothing. Sometimes I like to lock my bike I like to lock up both tires, the front and the back tires. So at least if somebody would try to carry it off, it'd look awfully funny, because both of the tires would be locked up, you wouldn't be able to just lift up the back tire and roll it. Anyways, so everything from there over, I would carry whether I had a motor or not, except maybe the tarp. But yeah, this is that motor with the one-piece head. This is that head that kept giving me problems. I had to retap it, and then I JB welded the thing and then put the plug in. And it's still holding up. If I put that head on, it would work right now. It's got compression and stuff. So I figure, well, I might as well keep it as a spare instead of just throwing it away. This is the intake for it. But I carry a spark plug, some extra nuts and bolts, some oil, some gas. And this is my toolkit up to this point. This is kind of what things have come down to. A pair of vice grips, needle nose, crescent wrench. This is for the chain tensioner. That's for the chain tensioner bolts. It's a 9/16 wrench. This thing has a bunch of different, well, I can't get it open right now, but there's a bunch of different tips in the back of there. And this is for the chain. Instead of carrying around a chain breaker, I just carry this thing. I figure you can always find a rock or something to beat on it with if I ever need to shorten a chain or whatever. Plus it was only like $3, so it's cheaper. And then this is the puller for the front sprocket, for the front drive sprocket. It comes with your motor. Most kits will come with one of these. Some of them don't. But anyway, so yeah, that's my toolkit for now.